Welcome to the show, guys. Got a very exciting episode here today, and this channel is all about winning. We are talking about, count them, the top 10 league winners here for Fantasy Football 2024. And speaking about winning at everything in life, including having the greatest bald head of all time, Tim, aka the Bald Man, the ultimate winner. What's happening, man?
I wish that was true, that I had the best bald head of all time, but I can't claim that title. You know, I mean, if you're going to do it right, but I can't claim it.
Tim, I'm super excited about today. Again, we're talking league winners, guys that can really win your league. Now, let's define, we talked about this yesterday. What is the definition of a league winner? And the way I look at it is somebody that's a staple on your roster, that's going to be consistent every single week, and is literally going to help you win. Now, some of these guys may even come on the last stretch of the season where they're putting up 40 points a game or something ridiculous, and they're a contributor to a winning of your league, and that's still technically a league winner. But I think we're kind of going more towards the consistent the entire season, and they're like the staple, they're the anchor, they're the engine, they're the motor, they're the driver of your team.
I would say I sure as hell am, but you are off on a tangent because you've got a couple rookies, and you can't say rookies are going to be those stable, guaranteed points every week.
Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Look what Puka Nacua did last year. Puka was a league winner last year. Kyron Williams was a league winner last year. Rookies come in. Sam Laporta was a league winner. He had some great weeks. I mean, tons of rookies. It's about having the right rookies. And, you know, this is a really good one because we got the right rookies here, okay? So I'm super excited to dive into this. If you're new to the channel, guys, the t-shirt's out. Smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. You can even get the shirt now. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Show your appreciation and also show your passion, and also drop a comment below. Let me know who is an absolute league winner this year. Love to get your feedback. I want to make this interactive. There's a ton of regulars here I want to highlight here on the show, Tim. They're all like they're in the comments all the time. You guys don't go unnoticed. You can become a member as well. If you become a member and subscribe to this channel, Tim, there's actually a badge that they can have as well. It's like a lion badge there. There's a guy, I think his name is Brian French. He's always commenting. There's another guy, Paul, I'll call him AKA Paulie. We appreciate your comments, so keep them coming, guys. We really appreciate it, guys. We'll shout out all the most interactive people as much as we can as well. So hit the thumbs up. And of course, I got to plug this because this is going to help you guys win your leagues. Talk about league winners. Grab the 16-round drafts because all the league winners, sleepers, breakouts are there. Principal cheat sheet, which I update until the season starts. Video training, full mock drafts, everything you need. Grab 16 rounds. It'll put you light years ahead of the Consheepsis. Tim, are you ready to dive in? Are you excited to go?
I am. Are you okay? Do you need to stop and like take a breath? I mean, dude, no, you man. Go like 90.
Oh, dude, you need the energy, especially this year. We're offering direct coaching, and dude, we're already starting to get booked in now with the calendar. So book your direct coaching. You need that type of energy when you're talking to passionate fantasy fans as you're going through all these dynasty leagues and rosters and working out solutions for people. You need this type of big dick energy if you want to win. Tim
Big D, oh my gosh.
Big dick energy. There you go. All right, I'm ready to dive in. We are talking about the top 10 league winners for Fantasy Football 2024. Let's get it, Tim. Let's go.
Get at her.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. We're ready to dive in, and you know how we start these shows, Tim, all the time with Breaking Brad.
We now have breaking news.
Breaking news that's not so great.
We now have breaking news.
I love that name, Breaking Brad, guys. Not Breaking Bad, Breaking Brad. Nothing really like over the moon exciting when it comes to news, Tim. Again, it's the off, and this is going to, when a news section happens, Tim, during like, you know, when a training camp starts in the regular season, or someone gets arrested or someone beats somebody up or something, that's when it gets really interesting. Right now, it's kind of just like this little calm before the storm when it comes to news, but there's little sound bites I want to mention. Including Keon Coleman, who I'm a real big fan of. He may be in this show as a league winner. I don't want to spoil anything. He just came out and said, they asked him, he was on some show, and they're like, are you going to fill in the void of Diggs? Are you going to fill in the void of Gabe Davis? He's like, I'm not Steph. I'm not Gabe. I'm Keon. He's like, I'm going to do my thing. You know, like he's just kind of like, which is, I think it's a confidence thing, but just interesting to kind of highlight that he's not trying to fill shoes. He's just kind of being himself, which is good. And he's a character. I think the NFL is really pushing him. I think he's going to be a bit of a poster boy. I feel that guy.
So if he gets 150 points this year, that's okay because he's a Coleman. That's him. He's being himself. I'm 150 points. That's it.
Well, I would have liked it if he said something like, dude, I'm going to smash those guys. I'm better than those guys. Wait till you see what I would have liked to hear that, but we didn't hear. I guess everybody just playing that politically correct. I got to watch what I say. But dude, if I'm confident in my ability, like, dude, those guys are irrelevant. I'm going to come in and show you what I can do. Like, prove it, like go out there and say it and then smash it. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do that. So I don't know. I'm not too concerned. I think the volume is going to be there. Other news here, nothing again really over the top. This was a couple days ago, but I do want to talk about it because I didn't really talk about it on the show. Leonard Fournette says he's in the best shape of his career, according to his agent, and he expects to have a new home soon. I talked about this on my social media. I laughed about this on my social media. Tim, Leonard Fournette, talk about a guy who I didn't think he was even in the league. He's done nothing for years. And even when he did play, he was never outstanding. I remember this guy sucking way back when he was on Jacksonville Jaguars, where he was pulling hamstrings. And because I remember I owned him one year and his hamstring gave out and he just sucked. Now he's like 29 years old and he's like sitting there going, I want to be on this team. I want to be on this team. Like, dude, you don't have any leverage at this late in the game where you have done nothing for years. So that's the type of news that kind of, it makes me laugh a little bit. And it kind of annoys me at the same end, right? I don't know.
I mean, we don't want to get canceled here. Should you really be saying you own someone?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Fournette, whatever. Even if he comes back, he's just going to be in the background. He's going to be there as a just in case. He's not going to do much. Who cares? It doesn't matter where he goes.
No, absolutely. Let's go here. Tennessee Titans here. Will Levis, some stats on him. He says he averaged 10.6 intended air yards per pass attempt in 2023, according to a website. The mark was easily the highest among qualified quarterbacks, 1.6 yards more than second place CJ Stroud. So 10.6 intended air yards per pass attempt. Is this an important stat? But I just wanted to kind of highlight it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's a breaking news, right? Yeah. It's important.
Yeah, I mean, again, they can tell how slow the news is. Again, it's just worth noting that Will Levis has some upside this year, either way. Dak Prescott recently revealed that he and his agent have some conversations with the team regarding a new contract. So there you go. Dak Prescott might get paid. That's it. Other than that.
I mean, you don't have much time left, so why not get what you can get?
Absolutely.
Get it.
All right, so let's dive into the league winners. Again, if you haven't gotten 16 rounds, go secure the solution, secure the championship. I've linked it below. Use code SMASH to save and grab a ticket to the Sports Summit upon checkout as well. All right, let's talk about the first player. I guess I'll lead the pack here. You should always let the co-host, start off first, but I'm greedy. I'm just going to get right to my guy. I don't think it really matters here. We're not about manners here. I mean, look at the way Tim acts all the time, right? Yeah. He guys tells off his listeners all the time. Saquon Barkley is the first guy here. Dude, I love the new change of pace here, the new change of scenery. I love the O-line he's going into. He's going into an established offense that gets points, that moves the ball down the field. It's got really good receivers, A.J. Brown and Smith. Got a solid quarterback in Hurts, who will be stealing some goal line work, but I really believe Saquon was brought in to take that pressure away from the goal line, especially coming off a pinnacle year of 15 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. That's definitely coming down, and Saquon's going to be a big reason that's going to happen. I think he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's got the division rival, his old team, the Giants, who are basically saying, oh, you kind of did this to us. You left us. You're a snake, blah, blah, blah. All the fans, right, kind of came up and kind of rose up against him. Dude, I think Saquon Barkley is absolutely going to go off. And a good point of reference is last year, Swift had himself a respectable campaign where he actually finished a season where he hadn't finished a season prior, 3-4 years, the years he played prior, but was able to finish a campaign with the Eagles and was relatively successful with volume over 220 attempts. So Saquon is absolutely primed. Once he gets to 240, 50 attempts, he could do more with it. So explosive, dynamic, great situation, amazing O-line, good team. I love him. He's going to win leagues this year. I love him, Tim. I don't know.
I mean, I'm with you. I like it. I like the change of scenery for him. I hope he can come back to what he was, the first year, first 2 years. But then the injury bug started happening, baby.
Yeah.
Things started changing. So I don't know. I mean, this will be a make or break, really. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's got to come out, he's got to show, and he's got to show well. And if not, well, sorry, Saquon, you're in the background there with Lenny.
Well, that's what I was telling you. I was telling you that, like, Swift did okay, and he's an injury-prone guy. So I'm hoping that we have that point of reference where Saquon can achieve a full healthy year with the Philadelphia Eagles. So Saquon Barkley is my first league winner. Let me know in the comments, guys. Make it ultra interactive. Smash it, tap it, leave the thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Saquon Barkley, the league winner. Drop it below. Let us know. All right, moving on to the next one here. Tim, you really like Jordan Love, and I don't blame you. What's your reasoning behind Jordan Love being an absolute league winner? Round 5 ADP, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, so what I tried to do in my approach was one player at each position. Of course, I didn't want to pick a kicker, though, so I do have a double up here. However, for me right now, when you look at what Jordan Love did last year, even let's face it, there's no superstar players there. There's no amazing wide receivers, yet he did very well. He threw for 4,150, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I'd like that to be a little better. He ran for another 250 with 4 touchdowns. So it doesn't sound that amazing, but when you look at what he did it with, I'm thinking, damn, man. I mean, the sky's the limit for this guy if he can really catch fire. And let's face it, too. He's sat back. He's had a few years to sit back and kind of do not much. I don't want to say nothing, but not much. He had time to get acclimated to the game. Now he's the leader, and he looked like a leader last year, too. So I'm all for him this year. I think it's going to be great. I think the addition of Jacobs there is going to add another dimension. I think it just changes things up a little bit.
For
So
sure.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Also, they have a very, very good strength of schedule. Like,
Yeah,
very.
everything helps. And he's got the weapons. I think Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, they're not like as exciting in regards to, when you're looking at guys like Tank Dell, Nico, and Stephon Diggs. But if you look at Jordan Love, he actually outdid CJ Stroud in many categories, including fantasy points last year. He is being slept on a little bit, and he, again, mimicked and was able to work behind Aaron Rodgers and has some similarities in the way that he throws the ball and some of his movements, and he was able to get that good mentorship prior to Rodgers obviously moving out of Green Bay. So I like him. I think he's a great talent. I think he's going to be great in fantasy. I think he's solid. I think he's secure at the quarterback position. And yeah, the value is not bad. Round 5. I mean, you're paying a bit of a premium for him. Obviously, he's not your tier 1 on paper, but he still could win some leagues. He's going to be consistent every single week, barring any type of injury. Hopefully, he's going to be okay. We were supposed to do your running back, but we kind of went to this guy. That's okay. We'll move back here. Let's move this guy back to the bottom.
You got all screwed up now. Hey, you. I knew it.
So Tim wanted to do a particular guy with his first pick, but maybe I purposely left him at the bottom because I don't like him. All right, let's go on to I think you guys know who it is. Let's go to my league winner here that I absolutely love. I've talked about him in many other shows. The guy I'm talking about is Bijan Robinson, and I'm going to get this yet again. You're not pronouncing his name right. Yes, I'm pronouncing his name right. It's Bijan, as in bi-weekly, as Jan as in ran. Tim's heard this 1,000 times.
Yes, let's get to your info. Let's bypass this name crap.
No, because you know what? Every single time, tell us, Brad.
We now have breaking news.
Every single time there's someone in the comment that's new to the page, you're pronouncing it wrong. You're so disrespectful. I don't care. Like, people think that, like, I care. I'm the only one pronouncing it right. In fact, everyone else is disrespectful. But anyway, Bijan is my first overall. I've got stock everywhere. I'm all in, like 100%. Like, we're at the table, right? I've got all my chips in. You're like, looking at Joe, are you bluffing? Or are you all in? No, I'm 100% all in on Bijan. I don't care. He's going to eat. Last year, he was held back. Imagine somebody like literally like holding you back. The entire, like Arthur Smith was hugging him saying, you're not going to play. And then he'll come out for a run. He'll look amazing. And then he'll be pulled out. I'm like, dude, keep the guy on the field. This year, he's going to get his opportunity. And I love the Kirk Cousins addition. They got a real quarterback this year, veteran. Bijan is going to win leagues. He's going to be the number 1 running back in fantasy. I think I like him more than Breece Hall. Some people say, well, Breece Hall and him, I think they're both great. I think the ceiling's high on both guys. but Bajan is going to be a league winner. I know it seems kind of obvious when we talk about these early round picks, but it's not so obvious because last year, everyone told you that Eckler was going to be a league winner. Everyone told you that Adams was going to be a league winner. Everyone told you that Pollard was going to be a league winner. Except for me, everyone told you that T. Higgins round 2 was a league winner. I keep going to these examples, Tim, because it's not that obvious sometimes because people will still go ahead and draft Justin Jefferson ahead of Bajan. And I encourage you not to do that because, again, there's so many other reasons. Go back and check a couple episodes. We talked about this. And there's bust episodes I talked about Jefferson. But anyway, common sense ate that comment, but Bajan league winner, absolutely love him. Tim, are you in on Bajan?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not as high as you. I'm not saying, yeah, no matter what, my first overall, he's my guy. No, I'm not doing that. But yes, I think the opportunity is great. I think I really thought, I kind of rode you last year even about him, saying that you were pushing him too high. And I knew the opportunity was there, but it just didn't happen. So this year, yes, by all means, it should happen. Yes, I'd be right there beside you, but I'm not pushing him as first overall.
Okay, so let me ask you, Brees Hall or Bajan?
I'm going to go Bajan just because, I don't like the team for Brees.
I like it. You called him Bajan. Finally, you're on the right side.
Oh, damn it. You caught me. No, now his mom's going to be mad at me too.
Oh, God. Bijan Mustard. All right, so Bajan's the guy. All right, let's move on to our next one. And it is your guy who is coming off pretty much the first top 3 picks, I would say.
Well, and that's the problem. So yeah, CMC, and then you got CD Lamb coming soon after. Absolutely.
Hold on, we didn't talk CMC. You're spoiling the last one.
Oh, crap. Why do I am just not thinking today.
Wow, you're mispronouncing names, actually pronouncing them properly. And now you thought we talked about CMC when we didn't. Tim, are you awake today for the show?
I'm not right in the head.
Hold on.
Attention, passengers. We have a person who has passed out on the flight. His name is Tim, a.k.a. the Bald Man. We're going to have an emergency landing here, or we're going to have to remove him off the flight. Thank you.
Oxygen.
And have a good day. We're out.
That captain guy keeps interrupting our shows, Tim. He really does.
He comes with great info.
All right, so let's get to our next guy here, CD Lamb.
All right. So, once again, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? You look at what he did I'm not just looking at last year, but you look at what he did last year, and it was just amazing. He finished first overall, 403 points. The 2 years prior were 301 points, 233. So you can say, oh, well, he just had a great year. Yeah, he did have a great year, but there's no reason to believe it's going to be any different this year. Nothing has really changed in Dallas. CD Lamb is right now the basis of the offense. He is the man. Yeah, they brought back, I'm going to pronounce his name, Ezekiel Elliott. I was going to pronounce it wrong, but I got it. Anyway, so they brought him back. Yeah, whoopee-doo. That doesn't change anything. This is now CD's team. Everything's there. He's clear-cut wide receiver 1.
Yeah, man. I actually think that helps him, to be honest with you. It really helps him because, at the end of the day, they have no pass-catching running back. That's number 1. And number 2, nothing's changed, like you said. That's also good. CeeDee Lamb is primed for a massive season yet again. Again, coming off that pinnacle year, but is that going to be a problem? I factor in a little bit of a regression. I'm personally not drafting because I'm going guys like Bajan. There's other plays I like round 1, but there's nothing to say other than injury here and a slight regression that work against CeeDee Lamb. Great position, similar situation. In fact, like I said, there's no pass catching running back. He is primed to succeed. So let's move on to our next one here. I'm excited about this guy, probably more than you are. Zamir White is the guy, man. That is my next league winner here. And listen, I know a lot of people aren't as high on him as I am, but the situation is absolutely primed him. Zamir White came on and he came alive at the end of last season. His rushing attempts were through the roof, and his yardage, I think he had multiple 100-yard rushing, games. Jacobs is gone. That frees up 230 plus targets. I can't stop talking about Zamir White. I've got stock in him in all my leagues. He is my RB. The good news is he's like my RB3, RB4, typically RB4 in most of my leagues because I'm able to go robust RB, or not even robust RB. I still get a couple running backs earlier on. He's pretty much my RB3, 4. Coming off round 5, sometimes falls to 6, depending on where you're drafting from. Dude, I like him. I don't know. Like I said, I was talking to Jim about this. There was a picture of him at the gym. Did you see that one where he's like totally swollen, jacked? I don't have it on my.
No, but I don't go for that kind of crap anyways. I mean, remember a few years ago when CMC had this picture up where he was just absolutely ripped? It was crazy.
Here he is right here, Tim. Can you see him right here?
I can see, yeah, man.
It's kind of like he almost looks as big as you.
Oh, not even. He wishes.
So yeah, so I like him, man. I think the opportunities there. I'm all about opportunity. Fantasy is all about opportunity. It's about situation, opportunity, and he's got it. He's got the opportunity to run with it. Now there was talk. I talked about it in my other previous episodes. There was a rumor going around that they're going to bring in someone else, including maybe, like I said, Uncle Lenny Fournette. But I'm not concerned. They might even bring in Dalvin Cook. He's a free agent, or McKinnon, or someone like that. I still don't think he's going to be a threat. I think Zamir's the one there. They just want to add some more depth because I think all they've got is Madison and him. So they want to add some depth to that roster. But Zamir's going to be the guy. I'm excited, man. And the quarterbacks, I mean, Minshew, O'Connell, they might air it out a bit here and there, but I think they're just going to look to Zamir to run the ball. They're going to smash the ball up the field. I'm telling you, man, down the field.
They're going to need those short plays one way or the other, whether it be a run or a short pass. So Zamir's the guy who's going to get that.
Oh, he can catch too. He can catch if he needs to. So I'm excited about him, man. He's a monster. He's a beast. I love him. All right, your next guy, Tim. Why don't we just go to your guy? We won't leave him till last. Let's put him in right now.
Oh, oh my gosh. What are you doing?
I know. The order's all shifted. Are you okay? Are you ready for this one?
I'm all right. I can deal with it.
Okay. Your next guy here is Christian McCaffrey, who I'm really not a fan of, but apparently you think he's going to be a league winner.
You never have been, and everybody knows it, and everybody beats you for it, including me. So CMC is a no-brainer, unless you are really new to football, and even then, just watch football for 1 week. Even just go back a few years, look at football, not 3 years, or not 4 years. That'd be bad. Last year or the year before, Christian McCaffrey is gold, baby. I mean, no matter what, when he plays a full year, he did have 2 years of injury problems, people. Yes, I will give you that. But when you are used as much as he was used, crap's going to happen. And crap happened. But anyways, last year, 391 points, over 100 more than the second place running back. Now, that's not going to happen every year. But, oh my gosh, wait, what happened in 2019? 471 points, 155 more than the second place running back. So you don't need those really high years from him to be amazing. He is a league winner no matter what when he plays, just because the sheer numbers that he will put up, even if it's only that mid 300, he is a guaranteed week in, week out, receiving, rushing, touchdowns, doesn't matter. He's got it all. Mwah! I love you.
I love CMC. He's so handsome, and every single year he finishes on top, and he's gonna do it again.
That's all I hear, man. What goes up must come down.
I really liked that, actually. That one worked good.
That one worked. I love your posing with that voice too. But that's what it feels like with certain players. Like, he finished on top. He's going to do it again. We're not factoring any type of Super Bowl hangover. We're not factoring the fact that he got married. We're not factoring that it's very unlikely and probable that he's going to finish almost 3 years in a row on top. We're not factoring any of the fact that he's 29. We're not factoring any of that stuff. We're just assuming he's going to do it all over again and be the guy. No, it's going to change. This is the year CMC is going down. This is the year. I'm telling you right now. I book it. I was right about Eckler.
I was going to say, if you go back last year, you were probably saying the same thing right about this time. And if you go back the year before that, you were probably saying the same thing.
Yeah. But he's
on. And the year before that, you were probably saying it. And you were right that time.
That year. Yeah, I was. 10 games, 2 seasons in 2020, 2021. I won't forget that. And again, it was just weird injuries, like non-contact injuries where he's like hamstring pulled, missed 6 games. So maybe he's gotten some sort of doctor and his doctor's worked on him and he's like,
listen, a hamstring's not a freak thing. I mean, it happens, especially when you're running so much, hot and cold, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he did have the 2 bad years. I give you that. However, he's kind of shown since those 2 years that he is back and he is still just as capable.
I'm so sick of this sheep garbage.
Draft CMC, I love him so much. First of all,
It's like the Wizard of Oz. We got the wizard. We've got the Munchkins. We got everything here on this channel. Even Breaking Brad. Breaking Brad. What do you think of the Munchkins and the Captain? Now all these new characters. What do you think? Let's see what Breaking Brad has to say.
We now have breaking news.
Dude, this guy is a man of few words. He doesn't say anything but that, Tim. I mean, we pay this guy just to say what, one sentence?
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble. That kind of thing, right? Oh,
He's like-
here's your money. Thank you.
He's like the Hawk Tuah girl. That's it. He just the one line.
That's it.
All right, let's move on to the next league winner here. I like this guy, and I have a new saying for this offseason. And drop it in the comments if you guys are in as well on this next guy. Round 7 ADP. I have a new saying. You ready? It goes like this. Don't be a donkey, draft Ladd McConkey. How do you think of that?
I like it. I like how you have to add the accent halfway through the sentence.
I was
You
thinking
don't
about
do it the whole time.
that. I should have added it at the beginning. I thought about that midway through. I'm like, I want to do the accent that I'd forgotten the accent, but I was already halfway through. So I had to continue with the accent just to add the effect. But don't be a donkey. Draft Ladd McConkey. Is that good, Tim?
No,
It's not
I'm sorry, but that one started off kind of Indian. Like, I don't know what you are doing. You are mixing up your countries.
I got my accents way off. Okay, I thought I was going Scottish. I thought I was going Shrek type, because the donkey in Shrek. Hey, donkey, right, McConkey. That's what I was aiming for. So that was off. Okay, so Ladd McConkey, man, his stats actually in college weren't good. But I watched film on this guy. He's able to create separation, and he's very quick. Like he's able to, even on man-to-man coverage, he runs up, shifts, and he goes off, runs a post, runs in. It doesn't matter. He's all over the place, and he does it so well, getting open. And he's got Justin Herbert throwing the ball, and there's so much freed up targets there. Dude, you got so much volume there. And Quentin Johnson proved he couldn't do it last year. And dude, I just love the situation. And they don't have a check down running back out of the backfield. Let's Kamani Vidal, who's a big time sleeper at running back, steps up this year. But Ladd McConkey, Tim, I know he's a rookie, but like we talked about earlier, rookies have stepped up. It's the right rookies in the right situations. This guy, all chips are in, ride or die or whatever you want to say. This is it for me, Ladd McConkey. That's
round 7, you can't go wrong. Let's put it that way, man. Because if he goes off, then you're genius. And round 7, not a big expense.
All right, let's move on to the next guy. Your next guy here is Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, this guy, he is obviously a little more obvious when we're talking league winners. I mean, proven, solid, amazing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tim, this is your guy here. I mean, pretty obvious here, but what's your reasoning?
Again, guys, sorry, very high draft pick, but yes, I mean, it's just an easy one. The strength of schedule is amazing this year. He's the best on the team, on a very good offensive team. Let's put it that way, too. They've got good RBs. They've got Sam Laporta. So you could almost say, man, there's too many mouths to feed, but all these mouths were there last year and he still got fed. So it's going to happen again this year. There's no reason to think, all of a sudden he's not going to be as good. Sam's going to take a huge step up or something else is. No. This is definitely going to be a nice offensive team. They're going to stay on the field for a long time. There's going to be lots of plays to be had. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, the big thing with Amon-Ra is like, are you willing to spend a first-round pick? I was in a super flex league, and he came off as a second pick. So there's a lot of confidence in him, obviously, understandably so. Secure, solid, as safe as they come. Really, he is just as safe as they come. I think I see him being kind of where he finished last year. So I don't see anything where he's going to come out and be, over the top, high ceiling, the top receiver. I mean, that's possible, but again, you do have Laporta there. I think Gibbs is going to catch a lot more balls this year. I think Jameson Williams is going to be used a lot more. I see a slight regression for Amon-Ra, but if you want a safe receiver and you're in the first round, particularly ideally at the end of the first round, I would look Amon-Ra's way. I personally have no draft capital in him. But I definitely see the appeal for sure. League winning upside. Next guy here, going to my other rookie. And again, I've got him in all my leagues. I'm kind of giving away a lot of the players that I love. These are kind of my guys. And I've talked about him in a lot of videos, and I sound like a broken record, but that's cool. There's certain channels I listen to, on certain topics. I won't talk about the topics, whether it be a cooking channel or boxing channel or MMA channel, whatever it is. They talk about certain things over and over, but it's like, it's good to hear it over and over till it kind of hammers in. I'm a total believer in Keon Coleman. I think he's a poster boy kind of guy. I think he's personable kind of guy. I think he's a likable kind of guy. And I think that just based on the volume, the sheer volume that's going to be available with Diggs and Davis being gone, it's just, I mean, the sky really is the limit, really. So listen, Keon Coleman, I love him. He's coming off round 8 is typical, 12-person league, 1 point PPR, 1 quarterback league. I love him. I'm all in. He's talented. I'm not sold on Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is not the solution. I love when there's this delusion of like wide receivers that are like running backs that are good. Like James Conner, not concerned. Trey Benson's the guy, right? In this case, again, Curtis Samuel, he's the guy. There's always these distractions or players that come off earlier when you got to find the real stud. Keon Coleman's the real stud. I'm all in. That's it.
I mean, we've talked about it before. I think it could be, I don't want to say any of the receivers on Buffalo, but I think there's two. It's between 2 of them that it'll really stand out. And then the next guy who's going to really benefit from it is actually my next pick.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of nice we left Kincaid till the end because it rolls in nicely to wrap this up. But Dalton Kincaid is your next guy.
Absolutely. And once again, Dalton Kincaid will benefit from Diggs and Davis being gone. So in his rookie year, he saw 91 targets, 73 receptions, and only 2 touchdowns. So there's still more to be desired, but man, he had a phenomenal year. And once again, all those touches, all those catches freed up.
Yeah.
Kincaid's going to grab some of them. And you might say, well, Dawson Knox. No, I don't say Dawson Knox at all.
If you want your league to be made, draft Dalton Kincaid. Is that
there
good?
You go. That's another one. Yep.
If you want the championship to be made, I should say, right? If you want.
I mean, it's not great, but it's good. Just don't try to beat it to death. It's okay. You've done good, Joe.
If fantasy points are to be made, don't worry. He's running to the aid. It's a guy named Dalton Kincaid.
No,
That's good.
Too much.
That's good.
Shorter is better.
Oh man. Listen, that's it for league winners. That's 10. I think we got that covered. Other than my mistake there with Gabe Davis and that whole committee and the Chargers and Bills confusion there. But yeah, it's all worked out now. Bottom line. Make sure you guys grab the 16-round draft. So smash it, tap it, slap it. Get your t-shirts right now. The lion right here. Smash it. Look at the lion right there, Tim. There you go. Grab the 16-round draft solution and, of course, hit the thumbs up and drop a league winner below. Make it interactive. That's it, Tim. There's nothing else here for them today.
That's it, guys. And once again, just keep commenting. Like I said, we take notice of those guys that are always on there. And hey, we like to be a little bit personal too. So we try to talk them up a little bit. Like Paul. Paul had rotator cuff surgery, I believe it was, or something with his shoulder.
I hope you're healed up and ready to get on the field for fantasy. Get on the field. No excuses, Paul.
And sometimes you got to sit in front of the TV and you got to switch channels so fast it might be a little hard on you.
The armchair quarterback is getting injured, including myself. I was a little sore in the legs the other day from walking too much. So, yeah.
Don't tell them that.
All right, guys. We'll talk soon, guys. We appreciate it. We're out. Have a good day.
See ya.